Whether or not to be stealth. This has been something that's been on my mind a lot recently, and I've been giving it a lot of thought. I haven't come to a conclusion on the topic, but I wanted to share some of my thoughts about it. This is a very personal decision, and I would never criticize anybody for their decision on it. It's your decision, it dictates how you live your life, and I don't have any say on it. I don't think anybody else has a say on how I decide. I realized that by having my face on the internet through video and photos attached to my first name, I run the risk of not being completely stealth. I understand it. I'm taking that risk. I realize that down the road it may inhibit my ability to be completely stealth, but I think what I provide is helpful and worthwhile and worth the risk that comes with being potentially outed as transsexual. I honestly don't believe that the risk is any greater than my risk as being openly gay or openly a secular humanist. The big thing I'm worried about is being seen for who I am apart from being transsexual. It's something I'd really like. I don't want to just be seen as that transsexual guy, or that guy who used to be a girl. So it's more of a personal concern than one of safety for me. A big part of my decision, a big chunk of things I need to give thought to, has to do with my career aspiration. Through medical treatment and working with medical professionals, I've been able to get a new lease on life. I can live my life largely apart from dysphoria and the ill effects related to it. I feel like I've been given a new normal, and I can function very well as an individual now, and I want to be able to provide that for people in the future. So I hope to be a physician that provides care to transgender patients. My faculty mentor for my master's thesis reminded me that I'm going to have to explain why my grades kind of went downhill, and I ultimately withdrew from university to schools where I'm applying for medical school. And it's my choice what I want to say. I could just, list the symptoms of depression and anxiety, or he feels that it would make a stronger application for me to explain that I was dealing with a lot of trouble with my transsexualism, and that put a lot of weight on my shoulders, and I just wasn't able to complete university at that point in time. And I kind of agree with him there, so I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to explain that, it got to a point where I could not function, and I sought medical help, and through medical help I was able to live a normal life and attend classes again and get good marks and bring back my GPA to a fairly high level. And I want to, offer that chance to get a new lease on life to other people. So there's that. Now, if I do this, I'm worried that this will follow me for the rest of my career. That I will be known as a transsexual. I'm not sure that is true, but I'm willing to accept that that's a risk, and I worry about that. But the other side of that is, if I'm providing health care for transgender individuals, they may have more confidence in my ability to empathize with them if they know that I've also gone through a similar situation, and I have felt some of their pain. So, I don't know. I think that there are different levels of stealth, and people paint it as a very black and white issue when it really isn't. You can be any degree of out. Depending on how high profile your transition is, you might not really have an opportunity to be very stealth, maybe only to individuals who somehow don't know. But I don't think that there's any totally stealth or totally out. There will always be some people who know, and there will always be some people who don't know. And it's your decision how many people you want to tell and how many people you don't want to tell. totally up to you, and I'm working on deciding how I'm going to be in that respect. But I think that my major decision relates to how out I want to be in my profession. And personal acquaintances are another issue to be handled separately. I think generally I wish to be stealth to personal acquaintances. That's where I'm at right now. It's a work in progress. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'll post my blog link again in the description so you can find me and ask me questions. I don't check my YouTube that often, so that's the best place to reach me. I also have an email address listed on my blog if you want to talk to me. Alright, thank you for your time.